All Masandawana. Yeah, man. A bit of a flat game. Disappointing result because we didn't win. But I think the result warranted the performance, especially the second half performance, not up to the usual standards, but I still think because it's so early in the season, we can understand. Again, I wish Erasmus was around. I wish we had managed to keep the same team and formation from Saturday's game against Chiefs. Maybe we would have seen something different because that formation and that team seemed to have a bit of something that liked today a bit. So maybe that could have affected the result in itself. But I'll say this. Teams like Tshakhuma and TS Galaxy and probably Swallows, they're going to be a bit difficult to prepare for because we don't know how these guys play, especially to meet Tshakhuma so early on in the season where we don't know anything about them. We've seen what they do. They love to attack. I mean, we saw them against SuperSport. They were losing 3-0 at halftime. They came back strong. We saw them on Saturday. I think they were playing TS Galaxy. They were attacking. They are an attacking team, but they are very sloppy. So we don't have a lot of intel on these guys. We only have a few games intel. So a result like this for me is not a shock and it's not a bad thing, because I was saying to some fans that I was talking to that let's not underestimate these guys because they can play. They've got a lot of experienced players there. They've got a lot of players who played at Pirates there. You saw Bosho Ngabo, Alfred Ndengad. So from that side, I think we should have expected a bit of a war. Again, from our side, we should be better. Number one, we are always going to dominate every game we play. Our biggest challenge is unlocking each and every defense. What I saw in the second half was exactly what I saw against Celtics in the Telkom MTN 8 quarterfinal, where they decided to sit back, especially in the second half. They all sat back and they wanted to wait on the counter, and they got a few half chances. That's exactly what Celtics did to us. The difference between this game and that game is that we didn't concede in this game. In the first half, they opened up, they wanted to attack, and we had half chances. We hit the pole. If Onigegan had placed that ball, it's a different ball game. So it's something I think our coaches are going to have to work on and our players are going to have to think about mentally. Most of the teams we're going to face are going to use this kind of a system where the team is going to sit back, wait for half chances, and they're going to try to take them and they're going to defend for their lives. We saw it with Baroka FC last year towards the end of the season, or rather towards the end of the season, the last season, not last year. We saw it Celtics now recently, MTN 8. Now we saw it again tonight in the second half. So it's something that I think our coaches are going to have to plan around, saying teams are generally going to choose to sit back against us and see that. But overall, we'll get there, guys. Let's take a break. We'll see this again next week, Wednesday. Sure.
Ola Masandawana, Shobafetu. So that was a hard watch. The game was a bit dry. Honestly, we played okay, but I think the disappointing thing is not necessarily the result. It's just the team seemed to play at the same pace in all parts of the pitch. We built slowly from the back, but when it got into midfield, there wasn't that injection of urgency and pace. The boys, the legs looked a bit heavy. I don't know if it's just obviously the notorious slow starting Sundowns, but yeah, we looked off the pace today. Like you could see with that Kaswani, and it just looked off the pace. I mean, we didn't really look like we're in trouble to look that TTM going the other way, but creatively we were just not on point. And I mean, games like this will happen, so we take the point and we move.
My views on this game, it was just a nothing game, like Kensani said on Twitter. Just a nothing game. We didn't create enough. My problem is that there was no one to take the load off Zwane. we're playing just through Zwane. I'm used to seeing us playing through Zwane and Sereno, or playing through Zwane and Villa. You see, someone else taking the load. But today it was just Zwane one way. So we didn't create enough, we didn't shoot. First half, only one shot on target and that chance from Kekana. My views going forward is that we need to dismantle that three-man midfield. We should, because I need more numbers in the box. That's how I'm used to Sundowns playing. More numbers in the box, more people creating those chances. But yeah, other than that, we move. Yeah, I'm not too displeased with this game. I'm not.
So, Mazandawana. Yo, what was that? What a poor game. What garbage was that? I honestly can't remember the last time Gibona Sundowns la rubbish you know that was poor shame. Like honestly, the only positive for me, River dropping another 8 or 9 out of 10. Yeah, this was horrible. This was an ISO. This was I get able to I mean, there's absolutely no use beating team Etswanale Chiefs 3-0 away from home and then failing to beat Majida fela nje a kopantshitsweng from Strateng nje ba re ba re ven ro tlala polo. I know this is unacceptable shame. This should not. And it's the second game of the league, but we can't play like this. Everything was just poor nje today. Yeah, no. Not looking forward to the next game. We're playing one team that we always struggle against, Cape Town City. Yes. Yeah, this was a nonsense shame. Whew.
Wala masana wana. Vandag in de pap. Pap. Ntho ya dlala ka dreamare guys ha no go sebelletsa honestly. If re dlala ka hlompho River le Jana ha no go sebelletsa. It's either hot dream mo we have one offensive midfield a tlo kgona go dropa deep a pushe ka bolo a ye forward ka bolo and ha attack a kgona add numbers. You look at Liverpool past few seasons back, they had Oxlade-Chamberlain atlang deep a pushang ka bolo. Real Madrid banale Luka Modric atlang deep a pushang ka bolo. Rona midfield tsa rona tse dira di kgono e etsa ntwe ba etsang go circulate the ball. If ha tloa ka lefting e tla ka righting, ha tloa ka right e tla ka lefting, like offensively ha ba re fe ntwe tlo go ntla le ba re fe yona guys. It's either one of three no tlamele ba drop ba ele offensive midfielder or we go back to front four. Simple. Re le ka 4 pele, re le ka 2 mare. Hlompho tonight lost 4 balls first half ka long ball fail. Tonight we were more dangerous when TTM in like first half we were more dangerous when TTM had the ball at their own half because of no khona ho ba pressa and ba etsa di mistake. That's why Hlompha khonno o thola chance ka 18 a shapapalo, but rona hane position ne le ya rona ne re setse fokol ka position. We were better at terminating ball because no khona ba pressa ba etsa di mistake first half ka half nya ball. Okay, Masanawana.
Sure, Masandawana. It's very disappointing to share a point with TTM. I don't think we played. I'm actually upset. We can't really continue like this. But yeah, I would still give those excuses that we were still starting. We start very slow. But I think this was supposed to be 3 points. These are the points that we really needed to collect. We didn't play. I really miss Serena around to lie. To really make us play. She did try to make us play, but it was quiet to some extent, and I think George as well needed to improve himself. Though I would prefer Hashim Domingo for this kind of setup. I think he would have made much difference. John was just, George was just a bit okay, but I'm really disappointed with the game.
Sure, Masandawana fan block, poor performance from the boys. I don't know what to say about such a performance. You cannot beat Kaizer Chiefs weekend and then you come and draw Levetsa Govenda. Come on, gents. These people are one base, but they takes Mopitoria Maradora Leon. I don't know why Laila K is playing left back. I don't know. He dropped the most poor performance against Kaizer Chiefs, and then he starts again. We saw Brimudi, let's answer Langarman. Langarman, you can go squat in Sundowns 2020. I man, respect us coaches, man. Hey. Kekana, Tamanwarbolai. And this thing of playing three midfielders against the vets from Venda must stop, man. We have got a whole Sedi Kaping, Wesley Sedi Kaping. Wesley Sedi Kapinga. He's not injured, but not in the Matchday squad. No, man. I know that people are gonna come here and say, "Hore, Sundowns are slow status." Hey, there's nothing like slow status against a TTM. TTM, aye man, respect us, man. Aye man.
Sure, Masandawana. What a poor results, poor game tonight. I missed the first 25 minutes of the game, so I can't comment on the first 25 minutes. But from there on, in just 10 minutes, I just saw this is not a Shalule game. TTM defended too deep. Shalule cannot play combination passes in tight spaces. I think he should have been replaced during halftime for Maboe. At least Maboe has the same work rate, but he can play the ball. He can play the combination passes to help Uthemba Zwane. So we lacked creativity. We couldn't penetrate. We had the three guys, Riva, Ujali, Kekana, and later on we had Maluleke, and the guys were just playing sideways, backwards, without penetrating. So I think it was necessary that we replace one for someone like Domingo, someone that can just unlock that defense because Sereno is not there. I'm not sure what's happening with Kapinga, but Naye, he can be a player that can unlock the defense because we lack creativity a lot. So this result is on the coaches, and I allow me to rate them. I think they deserve a solid 2 for the 2 points that they dropped unnecessary. Shoma Sandawana.